Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is your
You think a first-class girl can't drink?
Photo News Fix. This fix is brought to you by wire stock, which is still the easiest way to sell your photos, videos, and vectors online. It's simple. You upload your photos or videos to wire stock, they tag and keyword them for you, and then distribute them for sale on the largest stock websites like Shutterstock, Adobe Stock, Pond5, and now Getty Images, as well as iStock Photo. When you sell something, wire stock takes 15% and you get the rest. Now there's both a free and premium option. When you go with the premium option, you gain access to 100 additional submissions per month, something called Portfolio Pro that lets you sell digital downloads and prints to your customers with 0 commissions taken, faster keywording, 24/7 support, and much more. To sign up for free right now, head on over to bit.ly/wirefro, or if you'd like to go premium, use the code FRO at checkout and get 20% off. First up, DJI has announced something new, a cell phone. No, of course they didn't. They just announced the DJI Mavic 3 Pro, not to be confused with the DJI Mini Pro 3 or the 37 other drones that they announced recently. The new Mavic Pro 3 now includes three Hasselblad cameras. The regular 24mm lens, a telephoto 70mm, and a super telephoto 166mm 35mm equivalent. Now behind the 24mm lens, you still have the same 20 megapixel micro four thirds sensor that's in the standard Mavic 3, which who knew that there was a standard version of that one as well?
I didn't know. You didn't know.
It's capable of capturing 12-bit RAW images, as well as ProRes video up to 5.1K, DCI 4K, and 4K up to 60 frames per second for normal speed playback and 120 frames per second for slow motion playback. The 70mm equivalent lens uses a 1/1.3-inch sensor for 12 and 48 megapixel photos and 4K video up to 60 frames per second. The 166mm equivalent telephoto camera can record 4K 60p and give you 12 megapixel stills. Now what's cool about this new drone, well, the Cinema one, the most expensive version, is that it has a 1TB SSD built in, which is probably a hell of a lot faster than a micro SD card, but it also costs you a hell of a lot more. In terms of flight time, you can get up to 43 minutes. It has omnidirectional obstacle avoidance with 8 wide-angle vision sensors to make sure that you don't fly into things. Now, I wish I had 8 vision sensors for me so I don't run into things. I'm almost basically blind right now because my eye is still blurry.
He can't see without his glasses.
In terms of price, you're looking at $2,199 for the drone and the basic DJI RC. RC meaning, I guess, remote control. $29.99 for the Fly More combo. There's a DJI RC Pro version for $38.99. And finally, a DJI Mavic 3 Pro Cinema Premium combo for the low price of $4,799. Damn, these things have gotten expensive. I guess that's what you get when you put a 1TB SSD into it. Anyway, will you be getting one? Let me know down below. Next up, I was so wrong about the Pentax monochrome.
Not.
Last week, I told you about 2 new monochrome cameras. One, which is from an overpriced company like Leica, and the other, well, it's still overpriced, but from Pentax, being that it's a crop sensor wrapped in a DSLR body, wrapped in someone's failed hopes and dreams. Too harsh?
No.
Not too long after my news story last week, people were telling me in the comment section that I was wrong and that I should eat some crow, which I still don't know what eating crow means. I mean, I get it, you eat crow, but what does it actually mean?
Needs garlic.
Now, they're telling me I'm wrong because get this, the original allocation of cameras has sold out in Japan.
Whoop-de-doo! What does it all mean?
I mean, good on Pentax for actually moving a few units of cameras, but how large of an allocation could it have been? 50, 100, 500 cameras? Pentax parent company Ricoh put out a statement that said we are pleased to announce that the number of pre-orders for the Pentax K3 Mark III Monochrome Matte Black Edition has greatly exceeded our initial expectations. As a result, production is unable to keep up with demand. They also say, therefore, we will temporarily suspend accepting new orders until we have a certain outlook for product supply. We deeply apologize for the inconvenience caused to customers who have been waiting for this product. Now, 5 days after that statement, Ricoh opened up orders once again, probably with 5 more units, before announcing they're all sold out until the summer, in Japan that is. You can still pre-order it right now in the United States without an issue. Now, it's hard to claim a victory when you can't substantiate hard numbers, and that's a statement pointing directly at every company, not just Ricoh.
I'd have gone pro.
Look, the truth is, I really don't care if you buy this camera or not. If this is the tool you choose to use and love, and it works for you, go for it. But as you know, this isn't the right tool for 99.9999999% of the people out there. Quick, open up your podcasting app and type in FroKnowsPhoto Raw Talk. I'll wait. No, I'm not going to wait at all. Please give our podcast a listen. If you like podcasts, there's a high probability you're gonna like ours.
It's really trippy.
Unless you offend easily. And finally, Nikon Rumors has shared a substantial list of what they are calling leaked rumors of the Z8, as well as a potential leaked image. Now, before I get into those specs, I do have to jump in here a day after I recorded, because after filming the news yesterday, Nikon decided to release a teaser video and page that said, "Are you ready?" and then showed an 8 at the very end. 8! So it might be safe to say that the Z8 is coming in around 13 days?
I don't know.
Now let's send it back to Jared yesterday to give you the rumored specs. They are claiming it will have a 45.7 megapixel stack sensor, have an ISO range of 64 to 25,600, shoot 20 frames per second, have 6 stops of in-body image stabilization, no shutter, 493 AF points, 8.3K video at 60p, 3.21-inch tilting LCD screen, a 3 or 9 megapixel EVF, they weren't sure just yet, 2 memory card slots, a CF Express and an SD, weigh under 1 kilogram, which I think is 2.2 pounds from my drug-using days, which was never, and cost around $5,000. They also said, and I quote, "Many of the other specifications not listed above will be identical to the Nikon Z9." Now, there's a lot to unpack right here. Now, if these specs are correct, and let me remind you, these are just rumors, but if they are correct, then my prediction that the Z8 would not have the same sensor as the Z9 will be wrong. Based on these rumors, the Z8 and the Z9 are basically going to be the same thing, sans the built-in grip and the dual CF Express card slots. Now, if this is true, this is going to be insane for Nikon shooters for getting potentially the same power of a flagship in a smaller, less expensive body. Now, the rumor says that the body might be $5,000 in the US, which would make it like $20 billion in Canada or something, and there's just no way.
You guys are dicks!
There's no way the Z9 will be $5,500 and the Z8 will be $5,000 without a grip, and a grip that will probably cost roughly $400 based on pricing of past grips. Now, any way you slice it, these rumors do look kind of tasty, but again, they are just rumors. Now, is this a good thing or a bad thing for Nikon if the rumors are true? I'll leave that question to you. Jared, Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.